Hi Steve, this is Mark from the IT Support Center. Thanks for your call this afternoon. It was a pleasure being able to help you out with your question with regards to Microsoft Excel. As follow-up, I wanted to record this brief video to recap what we talked about and send it to you so you have it on record for any future issues or questions on the topic that we talked about. In particular, what you had asked about was what is the best way to center labels in tables across the corresponding columns without using the merge cells function, which, as you pointed out, can make it difficult to work with the table down the road when you're trying to do things like adding columns underneath those merge cells. The option that we talked about in the best way to do this is the center across selection function. To illustrate this, I set up this dummy table of numbers. The first thing to do is select the label and the columns that you wish to center the label across. Under the Home menu, go to Format and Format Cells. Here on the Alignment tab, go to the horizontal drop-down menu and make the selection for our option Center Across Selection. Hit OK. Clearly now the market data label is centered across the corresponding columns of data in the table. We can do the same thing for revenue. Horizontal, center across selection, OK. Now this clearly makes it much easier to read the table. There's another step we can take, however, and add underlining to these labels so that there's no mistaking which columns of data that the labels apply to. To do this, repeat the first couple steps. Select the label and the columns that it's centered across. Under the Home menu, go to Format, Format Cells, and now instead of on the Alignment tab, go to the Font tab. Here there's a drop-down for underline options. Single will underline the words of the label. Single accounting will actually underline all of the cells that the label is centered across. Let's try that. Now there's no mistaking exactly which columns of data the market data label applies to. We can do the same thing for revenue. This makes for a much cleaner presentation of tables and for data and makes some tables much easier to read. Hopefully you found this recording and follow-up on our conversation helpful and helpful for your records for future issues down the road. Thanks for calling the IT Support Center, and don't hesitate to call with any future questions.